Hi, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Big September Shred. I am Robin, and I am one of the Shred leaders. There are many of us. I happen to be a nutritionist. Among us are health coaches and health experts, but my profession is a nutritionist, and I've been doing that for many years. So we're excited that you're here. We're excited that you're going to shred with us. Some of you, this is your first time and you're nervous and you don't know what to expect. And some of you all are old veterans and you've been there, done that. So that's good. There's a collection of all of us on here. So again, we're going to go through everything that you need to know. If you have questions, please keep them in your mind so that at the end you can present them. You can do that two ways. You can type them in as a chat, or you can unmute yourself and speak them. So we want to make sure that everyone gets their questions answered. And please don't be shy about your questions, because people have them and they don't want to ask them, but don't be shy about them. And if you are shy, you can type them in. All right, so we're starting our shred September 9th, which is Monday, and we end 10 days later, which is September the 18th. So we're going to talk about what is shred. They're probably, if you're unmuted, pretty please, if you're on the phone, it's *6. We want to make sure that everyone is muted at this time so there's not any interference going on. So what is this shred that we're talking about? It's strategies to shred the foods and the habits that are not serving you or us, and focus on flooding our body with whole food nutrition. It's a 10-day jump start. So let's be clear, right? In 10 days, a lot can happen for you, but there's 20 more days of the month, or 21 days more of the month. So we're going to do this 10 days, and then we're going to give you insight and ideas of what to do after the 10 days. We're all here, I presume, because we want to be better. We want to get pounds off. So that's what most people, when they hear Shred 10, that's what they gravitate to, because that's, oh, I want to get the pounds off. Getting pounds off is a side effect from your internal body being nutritionally well and balanced. So yes, pounds will come off, but your blood sugar can be balanced. So many things can happen when you flood your body with nutrients. So I love the Shred 10 for what it is doing. But again, people think 10, they automatically think 10 pounds. It could be, maybe not. It depends on you, but it definitely is 10 days. That is true. So there are two startling trends in this world that I want to just make sure you understand, and this is what is affecting us as a nation. One of them is the environment. There are so many toxins in the environment that are wreaking havoc on the body, and the truth is, you have to breathe. Try to stop breathing and see what happens. And in breathing, you're breathing in these toxins again, and your cells are having to fight it off, and your cells need that armor. Your cells need the protection in order to fight it off. The second challenge is that our food supply is not like it used to be, and it is many cases nutrient deficient, and I want to explain that. So back in the day, in the 40s and the 50s, food came more from the earth. People cooked their own food. Today, food is really highly chemicalized. Our bodies don't necessarily recognize everything that we're putting in there. And even when you're eating fruits and vegetables, which is sad, but if you go to the store, the fruits and vegetables are not vine ripened, which means they're pulled off of the vine before it has all the nutrients in it, so it's nutrient deficient. The soil, in a lot of cases, is nutrient deficient. And then how they bring them to you and wash them, and sometimes they're pulling out nutrients by the way that they handle it. So here we are, even thinking that we're eating fruits and vegetables, we're being healthy, and we're still not hitting the mark. And those two things, the environment and the lack of nutrients in the food, combined does this. And I know you will understand, you will see this when I tell you. When that happens, you will see more autoimmunes, that's lupus, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, eczema. You see that. You see babies born with more challenges, birth defects, all of that. You see cancer on the rise. You see younger people getting cancer. You see diabetes. You see all of these things. It's a perfect or imperfect storm of all of what's going on. And then here we are wanting to live our best life, and food tastes so good. Those chemicals are yummy, right? But they do things in the body that is not good for us. So there you are with those, and there's this challenge because we want to live our best life, and then the society we live in is not really that supportive of that. So the Shred 10 gives you a chance to get on the good foot, if you will, and do the things that your body needs for 10 days. So here's what we're going to do for 10 days, and then here is why. So we're going to remove gluten. What is that? That is the protein found in wheat. Why are we doing that? The way that wheat, since the 1994-ish, the food people started to change how wheat is delivered, started to modify what nature intended. And when you modify nature, your body, because it's of nature, is like, huh? What happened here? So when your body gets something and it doesn't recognize, it doesn't necessarily like, it can mess with your digestive system. And that shows up. Your digestive system is 80% of your immune system. So when your digestive system is off, your body is off. And your digestive system is leaky gut, irritable bowel, Crohn's, all bloated, constipation, all of that. So gluten is one of those things that can be a irritant or putting our bodies off balance, not for everybody. But when you remove it for 10 days, you'll know what your body likes and what it doesn't like, because then you'll put it back after the 10 days and your body will tell you, I didn't like that or not. So when you remove it, that's how you know what's working for you. Gluten is pasta, bread, everything that you like, cookies, cake. Now you would say, okay, Robin, there are lots of gluten-free sub breads now and pasta. Should I or can I take gluten and then switch it out for something that is the same thing but gluten-free? And I would say no, because if you look down the list on this PowerPoint, it says processed foods. That we're easing back on processed foods. Don't worry, because when I'm saying what to take out, we're going to give you the guidance of what to put in. So rest assured that if you're taking out bread and pasta and things that are gluten, then you can have corn tortillas, you can have rice, you can have plantains, you can have sweet potatoes. So there are things that you can have, and it's lovely. So don't be afraid of not having gluten, but that's one of them. Dairy, why? So dairy, milk, cheese, butter, yogurt, whey protein. We're moving out dairy because dairy has the tendency for some to make mucus and become an allergen. You're taking it out for 10 days. Caffeine. Now, I say this and some of y'all want to hang up or disconnect the line right here at that particular junction. So if you drink 16 cups of coffee a day, I would recommend with this process to half it with decaf. If you cannot do caffeine for 10 days, yeah. But if it's going to give you a headache and make problems in your life, reduce it. That's fair. We're asking you to reduce the amount of caffeine. Alcohol, self-explanatory. Processed foods. So that is any food that is in a package. That is your cereal. That is your granola bars. That is all of those things. So we want to do as best that we can to prepare our food, eat it fresh, eat it raw, and we're going to give you ways to make it easy. So that is coming in this talk as well. Sugar. So sugar, when we have more sugar in our body that it can utilize, two things happen. One of them is that it stores, if we're eating or we're putting on, again, sugar that our body cannot burn, it'll turn into fat and store somewhere in our body. The other part is that your sugar creates, an overabundance of that creates a disruptive in the digestive system and the candida and all of that. Now, we like sugar, and the thought of not having sugar for 10 days is also something that sounds pretty scary. The good news is that when you're taking your complete shake, the complete shakes have natural sugar, the same amount you would get in an apple, not refined or not processed. So you will have the opportunity to get your sweet tooth managed by using the complete. Eating after 6:30 or 7. Now, some of you may have a graveyard shift or have a different schedule, and you have to figure out what your morning is or what your after 7 is, depending on your schedule, but I'll let you work that out. But all things being equal, 6:30 or 7 is when we want to stop eating. Why? Because your body needs that break between your last meal and all through the night. That's when the body and the liver and everything rejuvenates and rests and all of that. So we want you to have that experience and give your body that break. Okay, so how the program works, again, you're removing all of what I mentioned, but you're going to add in exercise 3 to 4 days a week. You're going to, and going back to exercise, more than what you're doing now. So if you're doing nothing, then maybe you're going to start walking. Maybe you'll start swimming. 3 to 4 days out of those 10 days, move your body. Enough water so that your urine is clear. That takes away the confusion. On the meal plan that we give you, it does give you amounts, but if you drink enough water till your urine is clear, that's your body telling you A-okay. Enough water so that your urine is clear. 7 to 8 hours of sleep, the best that you can. And now you want to add in 1 to 2 of the Juice Plus Complete. 2 is highly recommended, but some of you all want to stretch out your supply, and so we'll let you figure that out. So at least 1 a day, but 2 is really awesome because that's how Shred 10 is written. And then we recommend highly that you add the Juice Plus fruits, vegetables, and berries as a chewable or a capsule, and I'll explain why we recommend that and what we know happens when you do that. Now, everybody has to have the complete, hey Bernetta, everyone has to have the complete shake to participate in Shred 10. You have to have that. Again, the fruits, vegetables, and berries, highly recommended. When you have your complete shake, there's some details I want you to know. I only recommend one of them to be in a smoothie form. What is a smoothie? A smoothie means that you've added some type of fruit to it and maybe a nut butter, which I recommend you adding in a nut butter or an avocado or good fat. So you have your complete, and when you're doing a smoothie, you're doing 8 ounces of liquid, be it water, be it unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk or whatever it is, but unsweetened. You're adding in a half of a cup of fruit or a cup max, but like if it's blueberries, you don't need a cup of blueberries, you need a half of a cup. So don't over fruit your smoothie because that will give you more sugar than you need. That's important. So a lot of times we're doing it because people say, oh, I'm not losing weight. I'm like, well, what did you put in your smoothie? They're like, I put a whole watermelon and 6 peaches and whoa, 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 whoa. Half a cup of fruit, right? If you're diabetic, seriously, half a cup of fruit. If you're doing a banana, half of a banana. The banana is one of the high sugarest, is that a word? Fruits that there are. So half. That's important. Too much sugar is too much fruit can be too much sugar. I hope that makes sense. If you add a nut butter or a good fat that's going to keep you fuller longer, almond butter, cashew, peanut butter, or the powder, or you can do an avocado, half of an avocado, even though that sounds crazy to some people, you can't taste it and it gives you good fat. The complete should keep you full for 4 hours. It is a complete meal. It has your fruits and vegetables, your fiber, your carbs, everything that you need. It is completely vegan. So 1 to 2 shakes a day. The question is, well, what if I'm hungry between meals? So my first thing is, if you're hungry between meals, drink more water. That's first. If you're still hungry after you've had your shake, you put the nut butter in it, you've had your water, and you're still hungry, let your Shred leader know or post in the group, hey, I'm still hungry, what to do? And we'll address that at that time. Because there's all kinds of stuff to do, but we want to make sure you do the protocol first. What if you're not hungry? You've eaten your shake, 3 hours, 4 hours later, you're not hungry at all. Okay, drink water and keep on moving. We don't want you to force yourself to eat. It's good to eat systematically throughout the day, But if the complete is keeping you full and you've had your water, I do a little snack. So if that's the case and you're consistently not hungry, talk to your shred leader or post in the group about that too. Because if you're consistently not hungry at any point, that's something else to look into. Because sometimes we uncover hormonal things that are going on, which is beyond what we're going to talk about here. But there's so many good resources in our shred that can help you through that. Now, people say the complete gives them gas. Who wants gas when they're at work? Nobody wants that. So my recommendation is keep on going for a little bit, try it with water, and then let us know if that continues to happen after, let's say, 4 days. If you continue to have gas with the complete after 4 days, let us know. All right, how to take your Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is literally fruits and vegetables in a capsule or a chewable. The pits, the peel, the seeds, raw, vine ripened, everything that we need to bridge the gap between what we should eat and what we do eat. So when you're first getting them, you've never had it before, I actually recommend that you take one of each. The dosage is, yes, somebody says gas can also be a part of the detox process. Thank you so much. So let me say this. Part of this whole process of Shred 10 is you're taking stuff out and your body is readjusting. So you may really have gas because of the detox process. Absolutely. So know that. That's why it's like, don't stop. Just keep going through, because that is a part of the passing through from where you are to where you need to be. Going back to when you're taking your capsules or your chewables, start off with half the dosage just for a couple of days. It's a lot of nutrition, and we just want to make sure your body is cool with it. Okay? And then you want to build up to the regular dosage, which is 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, and 2 berries if you have that. The berries, very, very good for inflammation, bringing down inflammation. And the chewables just taste really good. I love the chewables. All right, so that's how to take your Juice Plus. Tell you again what the benefits are, which I said to you again. For me, I am a nutritionist. That's what I do. It took me some time to read all the research to make sure that I was okay with making this recommendation. It literally is just fruits and vegetables in a capsule or a chewable. And it is, of all the years that I've been doing nutrition, when I've had my clients adding the plant powders to their life, it's made such a significant difference in them from a cellular level. Research shows that it takes 4 months for the blood to change. So when you're taking it consistently, it's helping you from an internal level. Some people see things right away, like outwardly. And then there's people that say, I've been taking it and I don't feel anything. I don't know anything. You can't feel I didn't get sick today. You don't feel your cells have gotten healthier. You don't feel that. When you eat a salad, you don't feel that. It took me 1 year of taking Juice Plus every day to then notice that my eyes weren't red anymore, that my gums weren't bleeding, that my face wasn't as dry. I didn't feel that. So I just say it's working. Even if you hear someone saying, oh, my fibromyalgia is better, my this, my that, just know that it is working. It works. It's not a vitamin. It's not a multivitamin. How many of y'all have taken my multivitamins and you are the same you? I used to offer multivitamins to my clients. No one ever called me to tell me that it helped them. So it's not a vitamin, it's food. It has a nutrition label, nutrition facts label. If you have a child, a grandchild, a child you want to sponsor up to 18 years old or in college, they get it for free. So let's make sure, I'm going faster now. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need. If you don't, when I go through this list and you don't have any of these things, please get with your shred leader. And then some of you have a question of, well, who is my shred leader? If you don't know your shred, well, whoever invited you to be here is your shred leader. That's how you know. So you should have your first of all, you should have your 10-day quick what to eat for the 10 days guide. Then you should have a 4-week meal plan that will take you from shred to shred. So when we stop our 10 days, now you have a guide and a roadmap of what to do with those rest of the 20, 21 days of the month. And what's exciting is it's not as strict as the shred. There is gluten. There's some dairy if you choose. You can make it's more flexible. And someone says it works and my body's working better. I got my food ready for money. Awesome. So that meal plan is a significant tool, and I want you all to know that because you are a part of our shred group, that is something that no other shred team has. We want to make sure that you all are well equipped and successful. So you have that meal plan. So you want to make sure you have it. If you don't, somebody should have gotten it to you. You want to have your shred menu guide. We talked about that. Your digital recipe book, as well as we have an accountability group on Facebook. So the question is the plan on the event page? No, it is not on the event page because because sometimes people get into that event page and don't know who they are. So that plan has to come directly from your shred leader. They are sending you. Everybody, please put yourselves on mute. There's a runaway somewhere in the world that doesn't have their phone on mute, and I need to find them. And somehow I did something to my system where I'm unable to control my panel. So somebody, pretty please. The Facebook accountability group, let me just say this. If you don't have Facebook, talk to your shred leader, because they may do some texting with you or another way to connect with you. But the rest of us are in Facebook, and we're posting and we're sharing, and your shred leader should be looking for you. If they don't see you posting or liking or participating, they should be looking for you. So my shredders, I will be looking for you. If I don't hear from you, I will literally post like, where is Regina? Where is Nushi? Where I will find you. So just know that, because we want to know that you're there. Good, bad, and ugly, because this is not easy. This is the thing. You're going to hear people posting how wonderful the shred is and la, la, la. And then you're maybe thinking, well, geez, I'm over here, but I have a headache. I don't feel well. I'm struggling. I just ate Cheetos and that wasn't on the shred. Post that too. Keep it real. Because that's the thing. Everybody's posting how great, and then there's other people who are not posting. They need to hear the real deal. We're not sugarcoating anything. I think last time I did the shred, I'm the nutritionist, I'm a shred leader, and somehow, I don't know how that Cheeto got in my mouth. I was like, oh, how did this, I don't know how. And it happened, I forgot. So it's real. Keep it real. We want you all there. We want you sharing your recipes, sharing your truth. That's how it becomes effective, when we're there. And it's a community. You want to make sure you have your Shred 10 Success Guide and your personal drive and commitment. That's like number one. You got to be ready for this. You know it's Monday, so you got to be ready. Some of your shred leaders are having you take before and after photos. Let your shred leader guide you as to what you need to do additionally. All right, the meal plan. Meal number one, we're recommending that shake or that smoothie. So the smoothie has fruit in it. The shake is just the liquid and the complete. The nut butter, optional, but it helps you keep fuller longer, in your water. If you need a snack, so we're asking you to eat every 3 to 4 hours. If you need a snack, if you're vegan, you can do some hummus and some veggies. If you are not and you want to do a little bit of turkey or some tuna with some veggies and some water, cool. Lunch, you're doing that smoothie again, or the complete shake, that's your lunch. So if you're taking 2 meals out, then you're putting, excuse me, if you're using the complete for 2 meals, if you don't have to think about it. Breakfast, I'm doing the complete. Lunch, I'm doing the complete. You can also do a big salad with that if you feel like you need some more. Dinner can be fun. You have options: chicken, fish, tofu, tempeh, whatever you want to do. There's a list on your guide that is 5 ounces or more of protein, and it gives you options of what to do. Sometimes people think and you can, some people are taking out animal products during the shred. It is not required that you do that, but it is required that not required, it's useful if you stay within the guidelines of that meal plan, because that's where you'll see success. For your dinner meal, go ahead and have a half a cup of brown rice or half a cup of quinoa or a small sweet potato, or it's not here, but you can have 2 small corn tortillas and make tacos. There's so many things that you can do and so many recipes. So it is things you're taking out okay, bye. One of our shred leaders, she was gonna say a couple things and she has to run, so we'll work it out. All right, so the private Facebook group, we want to hold each other accountable. We said that. And your participation is highly encouraged. We said that. Preparation is key. So one of my shred leader buddies, she just sent me a message and she had to hop off for something, so I'll do her part. She's a lovely soul, so I have to try to be as lovely as she. Preparation is key. So here's the deal. Y'all know that you signed up for the shred, and you also know that it's Monday. So I'm just keeping it real. I always hear people say, I wasn't prepared. I forgot this. It's Monday. You signed up for it some weeks ago or a week ago, or you know that it's Monday. So today, tomorrow, go to the store. Look at the meal plan. There's a grocery list. Be prepared, because if you're starting off Monday not prepared, it's going to affect the rest of the shred for you. Play around with your complete protein this weekend and find the combination that works for you. I love almond butter with water and half of a banana and the chocolate. Like, that's my thing every day. Find your flow. Don't hop into Monday talking about what I wasn't prepared. Oh no, you have the whole weekend. So we understand life happens, but we also understand that you're doing this, and you have a calendar. This is the deal. Pull out your calendar for this week. Look at who you're supposed to have lunch with this week. What events are happening at work? If your child has a soccer game or whatever, look at what's going on in your life this week and plan accordingly. If you know that you're going to be out late, go ahead and pack your food. Take your smoothie. If you know that somebody's birthday is coming up on Saturday, right in the middle of the shred, drink extra water. This is the thing too, because sometimes we see a piece of cake and we feel like we have to eat that cake because it's, Susie's birthday. Trust and believe there will be cake on the 11th day of this shred. So you can get through 10 days and say happy birthday to Susie without eating her birthday cake. Like, that is the truth. There's always going to be a cookie, a donut, a something for you to involve yourself in, but during the shred, we recommend that you do not. And so just know that. Be prepared. And I want to hurry up because I know what to expect from the shred. Everybody's body is different. If you follow the shred, you can release between 4 and 15 pounds. It just depends on your body. You may go through a detox effect. It depends on your body. Inflammation may come down. It depends on your body. But just know that wonderful things are happening to you. I'm speeding up my talk because I know it's getting time for us to go. It's a 10 days to better health. After the 10 days, we're going to have a post-shred meeting on Thursday, September 9th. We're going to do 2 of them because I know that there's an East Coast bunch of us and a West Coast bunch of us. So we'll get back to you on the time so that we can accommodate the large group that we have. And just to know that October shred starts on the 14th so that you're pre-prepared, because the good thing is that we do this every month and we want you to do it with us every month as well. So I've officially, it's 9:30 or 12, wherever you are, we've been here 30 minutes. So what I want to do now is open it up for questions, make sure that you all get everything you need to know answered. So let's do questions.
Hey, Robin, I don't have a question, but I do want to say to my group of people who I invited, you have some of the material, the meal plan, whatever, but the success guide, I will be sending that out to you today.
Okay.
So I know that they're saying, oh, I didn't get that. So I want to go ahead and say that. And can I say thank you, Robin?
You're welcome. There's a question that came up. Can you switch lunch plan for dinner? Yes, you can. You can switch it, which is fine. Just keep, so like the dinner has the half a cup of rice or whatever the case may be. Yeah, move it up to lunch. If you want to do your smoothie in the dinner with a big salad, that's cool. I do it all the time. Great question. Any other questions that are coming up? Again, you can type them or you can speak them. Either way. Going once, going twice. All right, so this is the deal. We said it questions and then
sorry, Robin.
Hi.
Deborah, what is the Shred 10 site, the accountability site?
Okay, so it is, your Shred leader should have the link to that.
I do. And Deborah, I tried to invite you. For some reason, your name is not coming up, so I was going to call you.
Are
I
you
will
all
call.
friends?
Okay.
Are you friends on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, because I would say so you and your Shred leader, in order to be in the group, you have to be friends with them so they can invite you. So everybody who, if you're saying, where's this group? And make sure that you accept the invite. What gets confusing is it is a event that is only open for a certain amount of time. So once we're done with this shred, that'll go away. And when we do the next shred, it'll be a new event. So make sure that you see the invite. Shred leaders, make sure you invite and make sure they're in the group. And then shred participants, make sure that you're in the group or you're looking for the invite so we can so you can be in there. Great question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I just want to shout out to all these shred leaders. We have an amazing group of people who have said, you know what, not only do I want to enhance my own health, but I'm pulling a whole bunch of other people with me because we're going to inspire healthy living around the world, and we're taking healthy back. We are shredders from the East Coast to the West Coast and all in between. And I know, and our shred leaders are awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm so excited about that. Any other questions before we go? Questions? And if you have a question and you think you're talking and I can't hear you, you got to unmute yourself. Because sometimes I see people like, I have a question, but I don't hear you. So you have to unmute yourself if you have a question. Remind us how many Juice Plus we need to use daily. So at least one, Juice Plus capsules, if that's what you're saying. So let me say this. Let me make sure I'm covering the question. If you're doing the shake, which is a complete, at least one, but we recommend 2. And the capsules, the Juice Plus, fruits, vegetables, and berries, the serving, if it's capsules, 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, 2 berries. They're gummies, and you're an adult, which I believe you all are. It's 4 fruits, 4 vegetables, 4 berries. Now, let me tell you what I just learned after like years. I put my capsules in my smoothie. It's easy. You don't have to open them. They're food. You just throw them in, and it makes it so easy. It's the easiest thing ever. Truth be told, this is the truth. I put my berries in my smoothie, and then I eat gummies because I have both. I use gummies. I have 8 gummies and 8 walnuts, and that's my snack every day. And I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. And then, so I think that's it. I'm just looking to see any other questions that are coming through the chat.
I have a question, Robin.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
I wanted to know, I don't usually use any kind of sugar, but I use like 1 or 2 drops of stevia liquid in my tea. Is that okay?
Yes. So stevia is a plant extract. And if you do it in its raw, natural form, and this is for everybody, then it's okay. So I have tea with stevia in it, so it's good. You're okay. That's good news, right?
Thanks.
I know, it's all the stuff you can't have, but stevia you can. So yay. Now, I'm going to put this out there. There's some stevia that you go to the store, the drops should be fine. There's some stevia if you go to the store and you read the package, it has all these extra additives and some googly gump, and it's not even raw anymore. That I don't recommend. But if it's stevia in the raw, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Okay. All right. Questions. Oh, no honey. The funny thing is, there's a comment that said no honey, and so in my mind they were saying no honey, like I wasn't saying something right, but they were asking me, is there honey? No honey. No honey. No to honey. Why? Honey is a form of sugar. Tastes really good, and we know that it's from bees and all that good stuff. But no to honey, to agave, to syrup. Sorry, I don't like to say no, but I would say not recommended during your 10 days. But 11th day, have you some honey. All right. Any other? Hi.
So nice to be a part of your group. So I have a question. This is Joanna. Hi. Invited by Sonja. So glad to be on. So Juice Plus is not a vitamin, which I found really interesting. So if I'm on this plan, a specific multivitamin that you recommend as I proceed on with this wonderful 10-day shred?
I love the question. Thank you so much for that question. And I'm going to tell you this, and I mean this. You do not need a multivitamin at all. Here's why.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because if you're taking it, you take a multivitamin with the thought that you're trying to compensate for nutrition that you're not getting.
Okay.
But when you're taking the nutrition that you're getting, you don't need anything extra to compensate.
Okay.
And a multivitamin, it has isolated nutrition in it. It's a synthetic form of nutrition. So with Juice Plus, you don't need it. And this is what was very, very challenging for me. My company used to sell vitamins for many, many, many years. And no one ever called my phone one time to tell me that that multivitamin that I was offering ever did anything. As soon as I put them on Juice Plus, I get calls every day to this day. So no multivitamin needed at all.
That's nice to know. Okay, great. Yeah. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And then October 14th is when the next shred starts. Yup, so put that on your calendar. When you get a chance, please forward me the emails with a yes. I will do that right now. I will do that right now. Any other questions? I'm managing the chat and I'm going to stop the record. Any other questions? I just want to, because I know people are going to get this as a recording, so I don't want to make it too long, but I want to make sure that any other of the questions that are coming up get answered for those who are on the out of the world. Okay, so I'm going to stop. I paused it. Let me stop it.